Hello and welcome to the store, the Smart Retail Bulletin. Let's get the show rolling with our weekly wrap of key developments in retail. News of India's retail revival came thick and fast over the past week, with news of positive economic growth indicators and also multiple high profile store openings. Take a look.
India is expected to grow at 7.2% in 2021, but economic growth could slow in 2022 due to restricted recovery brought on by the ongoing human and economic cost of the COVID-19 pandemic and the negative impact of food inflation on private consumption, says a new UN report. The UNCTAD Trade and Development Report 2021 says that India suffered a contraction of 7% in 2020 and is expected to grow 7.2% in 2021. It adds that India will clock an economic growth of 6.7% in 2022, slower than the country's expected 2021 growth rate. However, even with a slower growth rate of 6.7%, India will still be the fastest growing major economy in the world next year, the UN report said. Given the inherent fragilities in coping with the pandemic and restoring employment and income, growth in 2021 as a whole is estimated at 7.2%, insufficient to regain the pre-COVID-19 income level, it noted. Supermarket chain D-Mart has entered Haryana by lifting its shutters to 94,000 square feet store in the state at BPTB Parklands, Faridabad. With this launch, the retailer has opened its second store in the NCR, with its first store being located at Ghaziabad. The chain's holding company Avenue Supermarts Limited, meanwhile, has seen its stock value surge by 32% so far in 2021. The majority of the gains in the shares of Avenue Supermarts have come in the past 3 months as investor sentiment endorsed the company's projected future growth post the reopening of the economy after a devastating second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic. Avenue Supermarts had notched another high last month when its market capitalization crossed Rs 2.5 trillion mark on the Bombay Stock Exchange. Following the Haryana opening, D-Mart now has stores in 239 locations, 13 states in India. Sportswear giant Adidas' first flagship store in India opened this week at Connaught Place, Delhi. The home of possibilities, store is a blend of multiple digital touchpoints, sustainability zones, and embodies the future of retail experience for consumers. The 5,900 square feet store occupies floors and the retail concept is brought to life inspired from the brand's Own the Store strategy, which focuses on 3 pro aspects: experience, sustainability, and credibility. Also infusing a local aesthetic into the experience, the flagship store has a dedicated section for customization, personalization, and localization. The Delhi Print Shop, for instance, offers a bespoke digital DIY experience for customers to get teas customized and personalized in real time. A few exclusive elements of Delhi and India, along with artist collaborations, have been specially designed for the retail environment to represent a perfect blend of global and local. Consumer electronics and smart manufacturing company Xiaomi has announced the inauguration of 100 plus retail stores across Tier 5 and 6 markets with an aim to expand its footprints in India. Our aim is to increase the availability of Xiaomi and Redmi products in Tier 5 and Tier 6 cities and provide best-in-class experience in regions that have limited access, Murali Krishnan B, Chief Operating Officer, Xiaomi India, said in a statement. Xiaomi India's first flagship retail store opened in August 2018 in Bangalore. Earlier this year, the company had announced plans to double the number of its offline retail touchpoints as well as number of exclusive retail stores in India under the Grow with MI initiative. Meanwhile, the company has also announced a new visual identity with its premium MI series products now being replaced with a new Xiaomi logo. The corporate brands will continue to be represented by MI logo.
Coming up on the C-suite, Vinay Chatlani, Executive Director and CEO of ethnic wear retail company Soch Apparels, tells us how the retailer is working to extend its top-line growth beyond the seasonal highs and build year-round merchandise and revenue traction, and also how e-commerce marketplaces are aiding its growth. Here are some key moments from the discussion. Let's look at ethnic wear as a category itself, and the inventory challenges that it faces typically. So it's a very seasonal category. So you'll have very high sales months or periods like festive seasons or wedding seasons, and relatively lower numbers in other periods of the year. Are you doing anything with the business model to kind of build, sales traction through the year with
Mhm.
other ranges, with our, for instance, everyday wear or work wear, things like that? Can you tell us a little bit more about how the model itself may be changing for you?
Right. So I think Soch is associated with evening and occasion wear primarily, but we actually do have a considerable collection of casual and simple stuff that can pass as workwear. When it comes to seasonality, yes, festive periods are the spurts. But then you also have marriage season. Then you have your two end of season sales, and our end of season sale is slightly different from most people. It's not predominantly a liquidation channel. We actually have a lot of fresh merchandise coming in. So there are a few lull months, generally Feb, March a little bit, and then August and September sometimes. But we do 8 to 10 drops in a year. So there's constantly new stuff, and we're keeping depths lower. So I'm not even getting styles that are available across the chain. At most it's available in 50% of my stores, if not 25%. And when you do that, you're able to shuffle merchandise. You're able to keep things fresh. The number of options that you will then expose to e-commerce via omnichannel, just gets that much larger. And more than anything, I think the customer feels like, stuff's coming, stuff's going, and so it's not a let's wait for the sale and then pick up, right? Because it's probably not going to be there.
Is it fair to say that for a brand or a retailer such as Soch, being on a marketplace is really more about the market reach, penetration, the volumes in terms of reach, and your own omni-channel model would be more about the brand and customer experience because it is much more focused. Is it a fair analysis?
Yes, yes. There are some other benefits, of course, because when you're selling on marketplaces, you're reaching out to pockets where you don't have physical presence. And that data can be very insightful in terms of where we want to expand even, brick and mortar. And you're also pegging your product against multiple other brands. And that helps you get a feel of your quality, pricing, your fashion quotient. And I think being in that healthy competitive environment is actually good for the brand.
And that's it for this edition of The Store. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to watch Vinay Chitlani's full interview on the C-Suite Uncut on Sunday, September 19th. We'll see you next week with more updates and insights. Until then, have a great weekend and goodbye.